Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kiasi and I am the KY to the Unlimited. So I'm kind of new to YouTube, kind of not. I've had my channel since 2012, I believe. When I was in high school, I kind of sometimes here and there posted, not really, very inconsistent, okay? So I don't even know if they count, but I'm back, I'm better, and I'm ready to actually, see if I can do this, we're gonna see. But yeah, so I'm basically here today to tell you guys about how I started my business, KYUnlimited. My business was originally named Kiasi's Creations. I started Kiasi's Creations in 2017. Yeah, so 2017. It was after my first year of college. Y'all, I really hate telling this story about like how I started because it's high-key kind of embarrassing. But hey, baby, it's gonna rain before the rainbow. So it rained. Just know that, okay? But anyways, back to my story. So after my first semester of college, I attended the University of North Texas. So my freshman year of college, boom. I'm in a new place. I'm in a new city. I'm about 3 hours away from home at this point. Really no friends, nobody I really know at the college. I kind of just took that leap on faith and knew that I wanted something different from, my small town. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to college. I'm going to major. Well, my original major, I was wanting to major in fashion design. So the first day of school was rolling around, of classes, and I was like, okay, maybe this fashion design thing is not really what I want to do. I feel like I was more aiming towards fashion design because I was really heavy on watching Raven Elise, and she had also attended the University of North Texas and majored in fashion design. And so I just was like, oh, I gotta do exactly what she does and how she does it, like, period, to the T. But yeah, I decided fashion really wasn't what I want to do. Graphic design was more really what I wanted to do. And so I decided to major in new media. So I can break down a little bit later about what new media is, but that's pretty much that. So I went to college, new city. I'm majoring in new media, which is kind of a form of graphic design and videography and other digital medias and things like that. And so what ended up happening was, of course, I met a guy. Of course, So I met a guy. I fell for this guy extremely hard. This guy did not feel that same way about me. And so, of course, the guy, like I was saying, he wasn't really feeling me as much as I was feeling him. But he was one of those guys who kind of made you think that he was feeling you like you was feeling him, but he wasn't really feeling you like that, if you know what I mean. Really confusing situation for me. And it was very hard for me because, I had never been, only had like one maybe serious relationship, that if you can even call it that. Because in high school, how serious can it really get, So he was pretty much we were never in a relationship, but he was like my first real like partner as far as like just things as far as like being able to spend time with somebody all the time. And so, as things progressed, my feelings progressed. And it ended it ended pretty bad. That's the best way I can say it. Like, it ended really bad because eventually the guy just, pretty much broke it down and told me like, hey, I really more am not ready for a relationship. I don't want to lead you on and things like that. And it was really close to when the semester was finna end, when we had this conversation. Yeah, we both were finna go back to our hometown, which was 2 different cities. So I wasn't over him. The reality of it was I wasn't over him. I was still like trying to get him to kind of feel those emotions about me and things like that. Quick tip, y'all, before I kind of continue the story. For all my young girls who are in my position as far as like moving to a whole nother city, something totally new, never really had that relationship thing, be freaking careful, okay? Because people, they will hurt you not even trying to hurt you. And I know that guy genuinely wasn't trying to hurt me, but he definitely like tore me down in this process, because there was so much time we spent leading me on. So by the time we got to that point where it's like he was saying, okay, I'm not interested, it was a little too late. It should have been said earlier. So at this point, like I said, we are going our separate cities. I'm still not over him. So my way to pretty much kind of get his attention and things was to make art. To get his attention and also kind of cope with my sadness or whatever about, things not working out, was pretty much, to do art. So I ended up doing this painting. I don't even want to. Okay, y'all, this story, I bet y'all like, how the freak does this add up to how she started her business? But y'all, I promise it connects. It's not just me rambling. But yeah, so what ended up happening was, I started painting because I always was really into art. I was already like had a little bit of painting experience and things from high school. I always was pretty much known for drawing. That was my thing, right? And so I was like, okay, I know that this guy, he likes art. I know he likes music. I know, there's his favorite artist. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to paint his favorite artist to get his attention, because, I know he's going to see it. I know he's going to like it. So I started working on this painting, but as closer to the end of semester we got, things really just weren't there. It wasn't what it was, and it wasn't going to be anything. And I pretty much had to come to that conclusion to myself, to give myself that little break or whatever. Like, I was like, okay, it's not going to work out. So I was like, all right. I had already started on this painting, of this Boondocks painting. And I was like, okay, I might as well finish it. Even though I'm not giving it to him, I'm going to finish off the painting. So that's pretty much what I did. I ended up finishing off the painting. And then after I finished off the painting, I started posting it and getting lots of recognition for it. And people were just like, oh my God, girl, I didn't know you could paint like that, da 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 da. And so that's pretty much like how I got into the painting portion. And I'll tell you more about like what my business is when we get to it, but I'm kind of just leading up to the story. But yeah, so after I had made the painting, I posted, I was getting really good feedback and things like that. And people started asking me to do paintings for them. And so I was like, okay, maybe I could turn this to a little side hustle. So I was like, all right, what I'm going to do is pretty much create my own logo. And from that logo started madness, baby. Okay, so I'm gonna post the very first logo that I ever made, my very first logo, which was my own, for Kiasi's Creations, my signature drip. But yes, so I started making that logo, and just like similar to how the paintings, people were like, oh, I want you to paint for me. It's pretty much the same scenario. So people were pretty much like, hey, do me a logo. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't know much about what I'm doing, but I'm slowly figuring it out. And so, that's pretty much how I got into graphic design. Because my business, KYUnlimited, is a graphic design business and a website design business. We also are kind of like expanding into different realms. I really want to get into like brand development and, more like marketing side, creative directing things. So of course that's coming soon, but right now my brand is pretty much based on graphic design and web design. So like from that logo, like I was saying, I pretty much just started getting exposure from people like in my town or in my area. They seen like my logo and things like that. And then once I started kind of working with those people for really low prices and things like that, I kind of was able to build up a small portfolio and then make my Instagram page. And of course, build up to the following I have today. And so, I'm still a small business. I'm still working. I'm still growing. And I definitely still have so much more to do and accomplish. But it's definitely going to come. My time is going to come. But this is just like, now I have been an entrepreneur for 3 years. So I have been doing it full time for maybe about a year or two. So about a year or two, I've been doing it full time. And pretty much how I've been able to do it full time was when I was like still in college. I was working at Ross before. I think Ross was my last job, or no, I did have an internship. But yeah, so I was doing things like that, and I was just pretty much saving all my money. And so I was racking up my savings, and so by the time I got a good little savings, I no longer had to work. Like, I knew I could afford my rent because, you know, most of my refund check from school paid majority of it. So I pretty much, all that little money I made, I could save. So I pretty much was able to depend on the small amount that I was making for my business just because I already had money saved. But now I fully only do my business, KYUnlimited. And I did do a rebranding. If you're wondering like how, like, I guess I should have said that. That's probably a little confusing. My bad, y'all. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a rambler talker, so sometimes I can be all over here when I should have been all over there, you know. So what I was saying was, so on how Kiasi's Creations became KYUnlimited. Let's start right there. How Kiasi's Creations became KYUnlimited. So yeah, I had built up this small following. I built up my pages. I did all that. And then, y'all, let me tell y'all, craziest thing ever happened to me. Somebody ended up catfishing my business. They pretended to be me and were trying to act like they were giving people clientele, and they actually weren't. Instead, they were taking these people money and giving them no work, but they were using my images, like my work and my logo, literally trying to act like they were me. They had made a duplicate Facebook page and things like that, and we're really getting a lot of people. And I'm gonna tell y'all quick pro freaking tip, okay? Do your research before you ever do work with anybody. Do your research, because if people would have did their research, or even kind of, you know, paid more attention, they would have noticed like that Kiasi's Creations had 2 S's, or the Facebook page was under somebody else's name, but there was another Kiasi's Creation Facebook page. Like, really, I don't know. So many people were mad at me about that situation, but of course I feel bad. You know, I wish the best, and I don't want things to happen to people like that. But my main thing is, y'all, you really have to pay attention. You cannot be naive in situations, because people will definitely take advantage of you. So that's definitely what ended up happening. Somebody pretty much pretended to be my business and was catfishing people on Facebook, and it went crazy. When I say like it went crazy, like it got posted in like business groups on Facebook, and people were thinking it was me, like really scamming, and it was a whole scenario. So long story short, if y'all want to hear the full story about that, you know, hey, y'all already know what to do. I feel so weird saying that, but comment below. But yeah, so I ended up actually kind of figuring out who it was, but this also was all happening when Corona was just like really breaking out. And so a lot of things were going on. I was already like in the middle of getting ready to kind of sue this company for a car I had just got, and now I was gonna have to sue somebody else for now impersonating my business and, you know, doing fraud. And so it was just a lot going on. But I did end up finding out who that homegirl was. So if you watching, shawty, it's still beef, and I'm still coming, period. I took a break, but please believe I'm still coming. But yeah, so I did end up finding out. A lot of people actually end up finding out. The Facebook groups really were the ones that helped me figure her out. The girl actually was like fake messaging me on my real page, acting as if she was like a client or interested in businesses, but I mean my business service. But really, she was kind of more trying to study me and how I, you know, communicate with people, which is, you know, high-key kind of smart. But really, she's still trash, period. That situation pretty much, I felt like, ruined my business, like ruined my brand name, like totally. I didn't want to have that name anymore because I felt like it had a negative association. Even though, you know, maybe not millions of people knew about it, because like I said, I was still a small business. Like, girl, I had 1,000 followers. Like, why are you coming after me? Like, I was literally small, okay? So I really did not understand that at all. But yeah, I just felt like I had that negative connotation with my name. I no longer really wanted to design with the name. So from that point forward, I pretty much just worked to like build up my name as much as I can from that. And then after that, I was just like, you know what? Okay, forget it. I'm rebranding. So on October 2nd of this past October that came, I decided to rebrand into KYUnlimited. And I actually felt like it was, a good thing, something that I really needed, because at this point I was graduated from college. I was now, moving into my first apartment by myself. I was just like really maturing, really growing up. So I felt like my name was doing the same thing, honestly. Like it went from more of a childish name to something more grown, more complex, more something that could be really used. And so with that rebranding, I decided that anything and everything I was do was going to be the best of everything. And so that's pretty much what I'm continuing to work on, is just being the best that I can be at designing. And I'm still a small business, definitely. So I'm still growing. I still have a lot to go, but I know, like, okay, you had these obstacles, you've been able to overcome every single obstacle, and now you're at this point. I'm just gonna take it to the next level, okay? So yeah, so that's pretty much how I ended up starting my business in graphic design and web design. So I did want to do like an extension to KYUnlimited, because like I said, since KYUnlimited was more focused on the graphic design aspect, but I originally did start out in painting, I didn't want to lose like my roots. I wanted to continue being able to paint. I really want to still be able to do like really creative and crafty things. So that's why I decided to do KY Crafts. And so KY Crafts is just like an extension of KYUnlimited, where I do mainly like business necessity crafts, maybe home decor crafts, all types of things. But a quick example, it has a lot of fingerprints on it right now, y'all. So I don't know if y'all can really see it, but I want to do like things like these for where you can use at your pop-up shops and be able to kind of display your business. I also have ones available with like QR codes and other custom items. So I'll probably leave the link to my Etsy page for this in the description. I don't want to lose my creative side. I really want to still keep that going and be able to, offer my paintings, because I know some people were just following just for my art. So now to like completely cut that out, I don't want that to be a thing. So yeah, that's pretty much what KYUnlimited is, who KYUnlimited is, because I am she is me. We are, But yeah, I will be making so many videos on really things as far as like on graphic design, being a Black woman in general as a designer, because think about how rare that really is. A woman in general is very rare in design. So it's just, crazy. Very male dominant, especially when you get into more of the high paying jobs or corporate jobs. So to see someone, my age, I'm 22, guys. If I did not say that earlier, I am so sorry. But yeah, I'm still very young, and this is something, kind of out of the ordinary. So I pretty much just want you guys to be able to take this journey with me, us accomplish goals together, motivate each other, and just be our best. I'm going to try to get a good posting schedule, but I don't have one set right now, but we'll figure it out for sure. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for just wanting, to get to know me. Make sure to subscribe, comment any ideas on things you want to learn from me, because I'm definitely open to suggestions. So definitely comment below, like this video, and make sure to follow my Instagram and check out some of our work. But thank you, and I'll see y'all at the next video, guys. Peace.